Is Scary Movie a shitty movie? If you ask me, no. I think it's pretty great. I'll save you some time. I think it's one of the best films of the year for its genre. And a lot of times I would go and see a movie and then see the critics' reaction to see what they pointed at and really dissected, and many times it made me like dislike the movie after I seen the movie, and I don't know if that makes me a follower or not. And there could be both arguments when it comes to this, but here's the thing. This is a parody movie, so a lot of times they'll put parody over plot, and that's a lot of things when it comes to comedy. You can put parody over plot. And I can see a lot of people saying like they should have put plot over parody or something like that. And that's where like people like Penguin, like I saw like the Penguin Wetometer or whatever the hell it is. Like I seen his review and he said like he didn't really care for the movie, the plot was nonsensical. And here's the thing, like it's okay to be nonsensical. It's a comedy movie. Like they put parody over plot a whole bunch of times in comedy, and it's okay. It's like seeing a movie that's fantasy and saying like, "Hey, this is a bad movie because fairies don't exist in reality." Like seeing Peter Pan and panning it because little boys don't fly. Like, yes, does this movie has a lot of shortfalls when it comes to its plot? Yes, I can understand that. But overall, the jokes really hit when it came to me. Like these jokes really hit harder than Chris Brown when he sees like a woman or when he sees Frank Ocean. Like these jokes really got me. And let me talk about the first like 10 minutes or so when they had Tiana Taylor. It was hilarious, especially when she did the reference where she said like thank you for stopping that texting shit because we know the audience that sees Scary Movie, and that was hilarious. And I thought it was so funny. I also thought that the meta commentary, although it was a bit much, it always hit when I like saw it, especially when like Tiana Taylor like reference to the fact, I'm gonna call her TT from this point. When TT referenced to the fact that she didn't get an Oscar, but then she hit Ghostface with a Golden Globe, or how Ghostface says, you know all these horror movies, but yet you still walk into a dark alley. Like that was hilarious. Like that was really killer. That was funny. And then I liked how the opening was just the opening for another opening. Like when it came to Tuesday, like oh man, just French kiss. And a lot of people say like the references are kind of dated, but it's like a smorgasbord of like horror movies, and they had a lot to reference to. And it's like a grocery carton of movies. Like they haven't had a scary movie out for a while, so the scary movie has to pick up from where five left off. So yes, a lot of these references are dated, but I pretty much like it, and I like the social commentary, especially when Longleg, like they saw him like hey, next to the black guy, and they decided to tackle the black guy, and then they say you got the wrong guy, and then the cop answers, well, he probably did something. Now I never see Longleg throughout this movie again, but I think like the social commentary was hitting, and I could see like a lot of urban audiences watching this movie and not getting the references, or not non-urban audiences watching this movie and not getting the reference points and not thinking it's funny, and that's totally okay. If you're not culturally rich than like the African American experience like that, I don't really see you liking this movie like that. I can see you panning it because a lot of times comedy is like an inside joke thing, and you have to experience a lot of things in order to get like the joke, and that's perfectly fine. And I perfectly understand why a person like Penguin or whoever, a lot of these comedians and well, a lot of these critics who will pan the film, but the film wasn't really made for you. It was made for a urban audience and stuff like that, you know. And that's perfectly fine for you not to like the film, but I love it. I think it was a 9 out of 10. Scary Movie wasn't a shitty movie to me. And I really and people call this movie transphobic, but one of the Wayne's brothers, they have transgender children, so it's all in good fun, and I like that they can poke fun at the transgender community, just like they poke fun at all the communities. And I like that Ray is still gay, and there's still it's still a reference point throughout the movie. And I like how they even reference to like an underground meme of the guy saying, "I'm not gay anymore." And how they all referenced it back to Sinners. And I like how people are saying that Sinners doesn't have a gay character, but I'm like, if you I can see it from both ways, like kind of like bisexual, where why would you want Sinners to include like gay stuff in it? Like, are you calling it a sin? But then again, since it's a sin, it should be in Sinners. So I can see like both sides like referencing to it, and I can see both points from both point of views, and see how much like commentary like we have so far. But overall, I like the movie, and there's so much to get into. Like, I like the whole idea of Wednesday being Tuesday, and how they have a separate sister, and how they touch upon like the whole culture of like being a Republican. There's a point where like the blonde chick says like, "Hey, I'm a Republican and I'm posting out like black people," and her friend Mama is like, "Oh man, I think all white people are racist." Like, I thought that was very funny. And I like the whole like meta commentary where they look into the camera and they said, I have to explain that Tuesday is not Wednesday, so I won't get sued. And I also like the tie-in of Shaq being in the movie. Shaq is in the movie, by the way, along with the guy from Blackish. Like, all of this is pretty cool. Like, all of this is pretty awesome. And I like the whole idea of like the towards the end, like it ends with all the old characters. It ends with the Wayne brothers basically killing off the new characters, and then you know leaving the house burning and stuff like that. And I like all the tiebacks to like Scary Movie, to like Scream and stuff like that. Like, they're really paying heavy homage to Scream and with everything. And there's other movies that is paying homage. Like, here's the list. I like that they paid homage by The Stuff, The Substance. I like that they even paid homage to The Smile. I like that they even had a little the Get Out portion was my least favorite. Like, I literally had to walk out when it came to Get Out. I literally got out because of Get Out, because there's a point in the film where they do a K-pop like music video, and I thought that was really stupid. I thought that the Kai Cenat thing was pretty funny. How they killed him, like they cut his head off. And I really like the tie-in between the Candyman and how he gave them the weed candy, and how that tied into like um weapons, because weapons was pretty much like a like a holiday movie, like a Halloween movie. And I was like I really like how they tied in Candyman. Like people don't talk about that. But overall, the movie wasn't shit. It was the shit. Like I thought it was really hilarious. 9 out of 10. You can hate me if you like, but I love the movie. Share and like the video, and if you have anything to respond about my critique of the movie, then put it in the comment section. I will reply maybe. But yeah, overall, really like the movie. Hope you like the movie too. If not, please share.